All right, let's go ahead and get into this video here real quick. Today, we are talking about men usually fall into 4 categories. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's not waste too much time. Category number uno. The boy. The boy. Growing up and growing old are never the same for this guy. This guy tends to live in the moment, still feels like he's living the college dream. Sometimes the high school life. It's just always struggle to get to that maturity level where he has that realization that life has started. So let's go ahead and take the training wheels off, my boy. A boy could care less about making his woman happy. He's usually the type that's willing to change and doesn't know how to lead. Let's refresh that. He's usually the type that's not willing to change and doesn't know how to lead. In that case, his woman is usually leading the relationship. If your woman's leading your relationship, just know you're a boy. A lot of men think they wear the pants in their relationship, but really, they getting led by somebody else. The boy is only focused on hanging with the bros and passing off his responsibilities to someone else. Trust me, we all know a guy like that. This one hit home for me personally. I know a nigga like this person. Those are definitely the dudes who care more about their fit and what they got on than getting their life together. They always got the flashiest clothes. They got the coldest fits on, but when you see how they living, what they got going on, ain't nothing, man. Usually those niggas who still at their mama house, but they spending bread like they got their stuff together. Sometimes don't even have a car. That shit's tough. The worst parts about the boy is that he doesn't plan for the future and doesn't even care, man. He just lives in the moment. No goals, no ambitions, no responsibilities. Only thing he worried about is having a good time, not a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. So ladies, this is for the ladies specifically. If you're entertaining a boy instead of a man, just know you're reducing yourself from a woman to a girl, and you'll see it as the relationship tends to move on. The second one, the player. You already know what type of time this is. This one, this probably gonna be the longest section. These are guys that tend to get the most women nowadays, especially with how this dating pool is going. Women like to say that they want a good man, but realistically, fellas, we all know that's some BS. Don't ever believe that. Don't believe that unless the woman is showing you that through her actions. Women can talk a good game, but the actions is what you got to pay attention to. Messing with a player 9 times out of 10 ends in heartbreak because those emotions get involved and the women believe that they can change him. But that man ain't finna change. And that psychological stint for a woman thinking that, oh, I can change this man. They look at it as a challenge. They take it on as a challenge. That's why they tend to go for these types of men. But there's other cues and there's other reasons why they go for these types of men. And they believe that they can get that man to really settle down. But that man ain't settling down for you. You know why players are so good at what they do? Step 1, they're never emotionally invested. When you're never emotionally invested, guess what? You can move, you can move and navigate however you want, and you're not thinking about nobody else. The only thing you're thinking about is what you got going on and what you want to do. When those emotions aren't tied to somebody else, you don't care about their feelings. So you gonna ultimately move the way you want to move. And that leads into the second one. To be a player, you gotta be selfish. When you're selfish, you don't care about other people. You don't think about other people. Only thing you focus on is you and what you can get. You know what I'm saying? And that's why selfish people are always players. Every time, I'm telling you, when you find a player, talk to that person, have a conversation with that person, and you'll realize, damn, this person is selfish. I'm telling you, every time. That's step 2 with the selfishness. Selfishness actually attracts women too. Believe it or not. I know it's crazy, right? You think it'd be the other way around. No, Women like selfish niggas. That's why they fall for the players every single time. And you know the funny part? Women will justify getting cheated on. It would literally justify it just to be with the player. I met a woman who was literally telling me, she's like, oh yeah, I just think every dude gonna cheat on me. So that's her justifying cheating because she knows she's gonna continue going after those same type of dudes until she either learns, which I don't know if there's going to be a learning lesson there, but I think it's all about maturity and just understanding that. But unfortunately, from my perspective, a lot of women don't understand that until they get to the mid to late 30s when niggas tend to not want you no more. And then you want to live in the past talking about, oh, but back then I got this and that. We ain't worried about what you did back then. You lonely now, or you're in an unhappy marriage. Either or. Step 3, they know the key to getting what they want from a woman is by understanding how women operate. Women are emotional. When you understand that, 9 times out of 10, whether you realize it or not, they make decisions based on their emotions. So understanding that and mastering that, you too will have a higher success rate with getting what you want out of a woman. I'm not condoning this. I'm just putting out the information of how these niggas move. It's just as simple as that. And like I said, women love this stuff. They love it. It's like an addiction. It's like gambling. They're like, man, the uncertainty. I don't know what's gonna happen. The emotional roller coaster. They eat that stuff up. But it's funny because they don't even realize it. Some women don't even realize it. They're addicted to that gambling feeling. That's why they keep going after those same types of dudes. Man, what you have to understand is women like challenges. They don't want it handed to them on a silver platter. I'm telling you, they like the challenge. That's what I'm saying. That's why the player wins most of the time, because they look at that man as a challenge. Like I stated earlier, they look at that man as, oh, I can get him to settle down. I can get him to change. That's how they're looking at it, man. They look at it as they can get this man to change, but he's not gonna change. He ultimately gonna do what he wanna do at the end of the day. The uncertainty, having multiple options, constantly sending women on that emotional roller coaster I was talking about earlier that I hinted at, not caring, and lastly, never emotionally invested in women. Those are the qualities that you possess, that most players possess, or all players possess. Those right there, I just listed them out for you. Always having multiple options, constantly sending women on this emotional roller coaster, not caring, and never emotionally invested. That's the key one right there. Never emotionally invested. When you don't emotionally invest in a woman, you ain't got nothing to really worry about. You're not thinking about her. Whether you like it or not, that's what attracts women nowadays. It's as simple as that. Public announcement for all my niggas out there now. Don't try and change just because you want more females. Don't try and switch up your personality traits and try and be something that you're not. Ultimately, you get figured out anyway, and it just doesn't flow, man. It doesn't flow unless you're really good at faking being somebody else. If you can do that, maybe it will work out for you. But ultimately, just because players get most of the women, don't mean that you need to turn into a player just to get some action. That's not how that works, man. I always say, be you. And later on, I'll explain to you the best way you can get women, in my humble opinion. All right, and then the last part in the player section, is actually giving you those tips. So the way you can avoid trying to be like somebody else and elevate yourself to attract the women that you're looking for, even the women you're not looking for, but you'll attract them. And you may get what you want and leave, or you may not focus on that and just focus on the women you want. It all depends on what you're looking for as a man, but that is all about elevating yourself. And when I say elevating yourself, that's getting to the best version of yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, and mentally. When you can get all those things together and get yourself to the best version of you, build that confidence to where when you are finally getting women, you're not settling for just anything. You then become the player, but you are not necessarily a player where you're selfish. You're a player where the options are finally coming to you and you can choose what's best for you. If you just want to sleep around with your options, you go right ahead and do that. If you want to weed through those options and find somebody you want to commit to, that's all up to you, my man. But getting to that point in your life as a man, you start to realize that law of natural attraction just happens. They're just naturally attracted to you because you are just radiating such positive energy. You are in the best space possible, and the emotions just start flowing, man. It's as simple as that. Man number 3, we got the confused nigga, man. These guys don't know what they want, man. At the end of the day, they really don't. They don't have a clue what they want. He doesn't know if he fully wants a relationship or if he would rather continue to play the field. These usually tend to be the give me more time, baby. Give me more time. Just give me a little bit more time. I'm still figuring stuff out. From the outside looking in, people tend to think the confused guy was a perfect relationship, but in reality, he doesn't have a clue. If you looking from the outside in, you think, oh man, that relationship's going good. I mean, he look like he doing everything he could for that woman, and the woman's happy, this, that, and the third. But I'm telling you, he don't know. He don't even know what he doing. He don't know if he want to commit to this woman long term or not. He just kind of going with the flow and figuring it out. These dudes tend to treat you right. They court a woman, but in the end, they'll never commit because they don't know what's going on. They can't make a decision. And I'll always say, as a man, if you cannot make a decision, you got to work on that. Because I think that for women, that's a turn off. Men not being able to make a decision, you're supposed to lead a household. If you can't make decisions, how are you going to lead a household? Especially lead a household in the right way. But the major difference, you're probably thinking they sound a little bit similar to the player, but the major difference between the confused man and the player is that the player will go out of his way. He will literally go out of his way to marry a woman just to get what he wants out of that woman. He will and then once he gets what he wants, he'll still stand that marriage, right? But he'll still continue to do his thing on the side. The confused guy, he'll never commit. He'll never get down on one knee. He'll just keep making excuses and saying that you need to give him more time. I'm gonna leave this on the table for y'all. Men, women, both sexes. There's a big difference between ignorance and endurance. And a lot of men, but especially a lot of women, will think that they're enduring in a relationship, that they're in it for the long run, that things are gonna work out, ultimately that this guy's gonna change. But the entire time, they're just being ignorant to the fact that this challenge that you took on, that you emotionally took on, it's not working out. And it's tough for you to walk away and say, yeah, I took an L on that. But that's ultimately what it was. That guy's not gonna change for you. But you think he's gonna change for you. He's not. And that's just facts right there, man. All right, and the last but not least, guy number 4, a good man. So, with a good man, the good man usually falls into the simp category sometimes. All depends on the type of guy. But not all good men are simps. I will state that. Not all good men are simps. The good man is usually the best option for women, but that's also the man that they usually tend to pass up on because they're more attracted by the guy that's gonna give them the uncertainty, that's gonna put them on that emotional roller coaster and take them for that ride. Some good men usually end up getting taken advantage of. And through that unfortunate heartbreak, they either continue to be naive or they level up and become more smarter in the dating game. You know they're a good man when you hear stuff like, I quote, "You're too good for me." I quote, "Why do you want to date a female like me?" I quote, "You make me want to be a better version of myself." I quote, "Before I commit, I need to get on your level." Those are when you're hearing things like that, that's how you know you're a good man. But also, like I say, always say this, watch her actions. She may say things like that, she may be complimenting you, but she also could still be giving attention to niggas on the side and just gassing your head up. It's tough. There are men that tend to get overlooked by younger women or women of that man's same age because she would prefer the player. Usually, younger women these days, they like to keep their options open. Women biologically want the best man possible for them. The men that they entertain are often the ones that aren't good for them. But I always say, it's a lesson learned, man. It's a lesson learned. But I always say, usually you gotta fall on your face to end up picking yourself back up and learn the lesson. And sometimes it takes multiple times for you to keep falling on your face before you finally realize that, this is not working. But it depends on the person. Everybody's different. So the good man is usually the man or the men that women tend to talk about and have regrets of not committing to within their mid to late 30s, because they decided to, be promiscuous or play the field. And through those actions, they kind of end up regretting that later on. In situations like that, those women tend to either be in marriages that they're unhappy in, single, or they're just bitter women. And it's fascinating that they always run back the clock and be like, man, only if I would have gave that guy a chance. It's too late now. Now your value has diminished overall because older men, I don't know if you guys know this, but older men tend to go after younger women because biologically, men prefer a more healthier woman who could, if they bear children, they're likely to come out healthier with a younger woman. Because women have a biological clock, men do not. So the good guy is usually the man that's done playing games. He's not playing any more games. He's ready to commit, and he's usually trustworthy and has confidence in himself. The difference between a good man and a good man that's a simp is simps tend to not have confidence in themselves. So they let women run all over them, or they find themselves bending over backwards for women or other people in their lives that wouldn't do the same for them. The main qualities you can take away from a good man is that his words will match his actions, and vice versa. His actions will match his words. And another good quality you can take away from a good man is that he's consistent. So that kind of wraps everything up. We talked about the 4 categories that men usually fall into. We got the boy, we got the player, we got the confused nigga, and we got the good man. But I'm gonna end y'all off with this. It's a quote that I like personally. One of life's greatest mistakes is to embark on a life journey with someone who is not going anywhere in life. I'm gonna say that one more time for you. One of life's greatest mistakes is to embark on a life journey with someone who is not going anywhere in life. I'm gonna let that ponder. Let me let that sit in the air for a little bit. Y'all think on that. Let me know what y'all think about everything that I talked about in the comment section. I would love to get your opinions. But other than that, hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day and take it easy.